Y'all, it looks like Donald J. Trump is coming for Diddy, and this time, there may be no way out. In a shocking twist to Diddy's already chaotic legal saga, sources now claim that Trump is pressuring the courts to hit the music mogul with the harshest sentence possible, a sentence that could put him away for life. But this isn't just about the law. According to insiders, Trump's move is personal. Following a private and explosive fallout between the two, Trump is allegedly using this moment to send a clear and brutal message. And based on what Judge A just told Diddy's legal team behind closed doors, things are spiraling fast. Word is, Diddy's lawyers are in full-blown panic mode, scrambling to make their next move as the walls start to close in. And here's where it gets even messier. Trump has reportedly taken a public sledgehammer to any lingering perception of loyalty or friendship between them. Remember those whispers about a possible presidential pardon? Yeah, forget about it. Trump just shut that all the way down, and in the most cold-blooded way imaginable. Sources say Trump isn't just refusing to help. He's making sure everyone knows he has completely cut ties with Diddy. And the reason? It goes deeper than politics. According to insiders, the final straw came when Trump found out that Diddy refused to support him during the last election, not only staying silent, but allegedly bad-mouthing him behind the scenes. Trump reportedly took that as a deep personal betrayal, especially considering their once friendly past. That betrayal? It flipped everything. Any ounce of loyalty Trump might have had vanished instantly, and now, he's coming for Diddy with everything he's got. What Trump said after that betrayal has everyone shook, and it may just be the final nail in Diddy's legal coffin.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
Yeah, and it's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs, it sounds like.
To be fair, Diddy never exactly kept his feelings about Trump a secret. In fact, he's been calling him out publicly for years. Back in 2017, Diddy made his stance crystal clear during an interview, saying, "I think that, to be honest, we don't really give a..."
One priority is to get Trump out of office. The tribe of people that have the responsibility and really should be scared to death of this man.
F*** about Trump because black people are in the same F*** up position. He went on to add that the chaos in DC wasn't anything new or shocking to the black community, saying, "The tomfoolery that's going on in DC, that's just regular, everyday business to black folks. That's not surprising." And he didn't stop there. In 2020, during an interview with Charlemagne the God, Diddy doubled down, stating that the top priority for the country, especially for black voters, should be getting Trump out of office. So, if Trump's taking things personally now, it's not like Diddy didn't give him a warning. He's been loud, clear, and unapologetic about where he stands from the jump. Y'all, well, that definitely aged like milk. Because not only is Donald J. Trump refusing to even entertain the idea of a presidential pardon for Diddy, but word on the street is that he's allegedly gone a step further, pressuring the presiding judge, Judge Aaron, to hit Diddy with the maximum sentence possible for the charges he's already been convicted of. And to be clear, those charges are no joke. Diddy was found guilty on 2 counts of violating the Mann Act, a serious federal law that criminalizes transporting anyone across state lines for unlawful sexual activity. Each count carries up to 10 years in prison, which means Diddy is now facing the very real possibility of spending the next 20 years behind bars. Now here's the twist. Before Trump got involved, legal experts were predicting a much lighter outcome.
Why?
Because Diddy is a first-time offender who's already spent nearly a year behind bars during this investigation. Many believed he'd walk away with probation or time served. But once Trump allegedly stepped in and started pushing for the harshest sentence available, well, that hope went up in flames. And Diddy's legal team knows it too. Behind the scenes, they've reportedly been working overtime to secure a presidential pardon, but it's not going well. The public isn't buying it. In fact, a petition urging Trump not to pardon Diddy has already racked up over 11,000 signatures and counting. And it gets worse. Sources say Judge Aaron appears to be taking Trump's stance seriously.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, wow. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
His tone and decisions have become noticeably stricter. Just days ago, Diddy's legal team filed their 5th bail request, clinging to the hope that he might finally get released after nearly a year behind bars. But once again, the judge denied it. And get this, Diddy even offered a staggering $50 million bond, backed by his Miami mansion. Still, Judge Aaron wasn't moved. In his
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well.
The judge wrote, "The court must find by clear and convincing evidence that the person is not likely to flee or pose a danger to the safety of any other person in the community if released." He then concluded that Diddy posed both a flight risk and a danger, so back to lockup he went. Now, in a last-ditch effort, Diddy's attorneys have filed a motion challenging the guilty verdicts, asking for either full acquittal or a new trial. Their argument? They say Diddy's case is unprecedented. To our knowledge, Mr. Combs is the only person ever convicted of violating the statute for conduct like this. There was no commercial motive. All individuals were adults, and the men traveled and engaged voluntarily. The verdict confirms the women were not vulnerable, exploited, or trafficked. But here's the thing. The judge still hasn't ruled on that motion. And according to sources close to the case, it's highly unlikely he'll overturn the verdict now, especially with the President of the United States openly calling for a tough sentence. And here's the kicker. Just a few weeks ago, Diddy and his legal team were feeling confident, almost cocky. Word is, they were acting like a presidential pardon was already in the bag. Like it was only a matter of time before Diddy walked free. But that confidence? It's now flipped into full-blown desperation. Let's not forget, Diddy has always had political connections. He's been around the game for decades. And Trump himself has admitted they used to be friends. They go way back, long before Bad Boy Records, before the scandals, back when Diddy was still Puff Daddy, and both were moving in the same flashy, high-profile NYC circles. And if you need proof they were once tight, don't worry, I've got receipts. Because there's a clip where Trump himself says, on camera, that he would always stick up for Diddy, no matter what. Take a look at this. "I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him." Yep, those were President Trump's exact words. And that's what really made fans start giving the whole situation a serious side eye. Because when Trump was asked about Diddy's legal troubles, while the trial was still ongoing, he didn't shut the question down. Not at all. In fact, he did the complete opposite. Instead of distancing himself, Trump dropped a low-key hint that a presidential pardon might actually be on the table. Yes, y'all. He really said it. And if you don't believe it, listen to this clip for yourself. It definitely looked like there was a glimmer of hope. At the time, rumors were flying that Diddy's legal team was working overtime behind the scenes to cash in on the loyalty Trump once hinted at. We're talking quiet meetings, big money moves, and maybe even political donations. Allegedly, every string was being pulled to make that presidential pardon happen without a single question asked. And according to one court insider, that recent pardon spree from Trump, it was all a smokescreen, because the real target the entire time? Diddy. But here's the twist. The insider says Trump knew pardoning Diddy outright would have blown up the internet. So, instead, the strategy was subtle. Start by pardoning a few other controversial celebrities to test the waters and make it look like business as